All right, guys, this is a story about the first time that I heard God's voice, that I felt the Lord speak to me. So, if you've watched my testimony videos from a while ago, you know that I was struggled very greatly with my mental health when I was younger. And when I was about probably 15, 14 years old, I was ready to take my life. And I remember I filled up a bathtub with water, and I put my head under the water, and I was so sure that this was the right thing to do. Now, this is before I had read a word of the Bible. This is before I had done anything. And my head is under the water, and I hear a voice in my head. And obviously, at the time, I didn't know what that voice was, but the voice said, "Wait," and it just said, "Wait. This isn't where I want you to be. Wait." And um, later, after I had picked up the word for the first time, and I realized so much of how that voice was the Lord, and how He was stopping me from making that irreversible decision. And the first Bible quote that ever stood out for me, the first one I ever memorized right after this incident, was Romans 8:18. And it's just the verse that stuck with me my entire life. The pain in which you are feeling cannot compare to the joy that is coming. That always stood out for me. The second one that always stood out to me is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So this is kind of how the Lord has helped me, because I know I've been through so much in my life, and I thought that I would never be worthy of God's love, of anyone's love. I was so far gone, so far away from the Lord for the first 15 years of my life, 16 years of my life. And it just really, those two verses, the fact that the Lord will meet you where you're at. I was talking to someone that I had just met for the first time at my work on yesterday, and I was talking to him, and he was saying how he's lost so many people now, and how he just can't go to church anymore. And I was telling him this story about how God will meet you where you're at. He sees you. He knows what you've been through. He knows what you're feeling. You know what you're feeling. You know the things you've done better than anyone. Okay? You know the things you've done better than anyone. You know those addictions, those things you've done when no one else was watching, the guilt that you've carried for your whole life. And Jesus says, "Give me that guilt. Throw it at me. Cast it upon Him, and He will set you free." He already defeated that. It's already done. He already sacrificed Himself for all of us. No matter what you've done, He chose you. Okay? If you feel unworthy, look at Paul, the man who wrote majority of the New Testament. Before he did that, he spent his life killing Christians. That was what he did. He was killing Christians. And now generations have looked up to him and watched what he wrote, and that is what he was doing. Some of the people in the Bible were they thought they were so unworthy. Moses was stuttering, and he led Israel out through the wilderness. Okay, David was the youngest and was most overlooked, and he led Israel as their king. He killed Goliath. Okay, you just need to trust that his sacrifice is enough for you. You need to believe it, walk in it, and tell others about it. Okay? That is what you need to do, because it is enough. There's no other sacrifice that could have been as perfect as the precious blood of Jesus Christ that He shed for us on Calvary. Now, I can't even explain to you guys how much how important this is. When I was growing up, I didn't think I would make it to the next year, the next day, the next hour. Each and every hour was a battle. Okay, I didn't think I'd make it to 14. I did. 15, I did. 18 was way out the window. Now I'm 18 now, and I'm going to college next year, going to Bible college next year. And it's all because of the Lord. Without Him, I am nothing. Okay? He can do the same for you. He can get you out of that pit. He is with you in the lowest of lows. Sometimes you will hit rock bottom, but you will learn that the Lord is the rock at the bottom.